And here is my spot. Everything is the same except for one thing. I gotta level it, position it to where you know, Jimmy and John can come in here, park right here. There's a sneak peek at the setup. 6 propane tanks, 3 there, 3 over here, 6 gas cans, washing machine, Mr. Buddy heater. We're gonna fix the signs. Look at the fire. Usually people just go and park somewhere and they spend the night and then they're off to another adventure. This is a mess, okay? It's a little small. I mean, do I really want to move it? No. That looks pretty fresh. I don't know. I got my bear spray on. Oh, whoopsie. I did have to put it in 4-wheel drive yesterday to get it in here. There's a little right there at the road. These, I have 4 of these. These I put in a row on that side of the RV so I would know. I couldn't see anything. I had to make that turn from over there and I didn't want to go too far, and I didn't want to get in and out 100 times. It was 1 o'clock. I don't want to move the fire pit, but I'm going to be here 2 to 3 weeks, so I want to get settled. I got a lot of work to do. I got filming, I got editing, I got 4 box openings, so let's do it. As long as I'm not hitting the tanks. And it's real close. The road is a dip, so I should have stayed with the trailer up here and maneuvered it instead of trying to cut tight where the groove was deeper. So I'm out of there. I didn't damage the pipes where the holding tanks are. A lot of filming for a little clip. What do you think of that? That is perfect. Plenty stable enough. Solid. I had to bring out that. Perfect. I'll show you what I got. Oh, sorry for the noise. I love that. That's the Predator 5000, which I already did a box opening. I'm still trying it out. There's some things I like and don't like about it. But right now, I need to unbox this. We're here in Yosemite. And I have the generator running. I just got here late last night. I want to charge this and hopefully not have to have the generator running tonight and have my Starlink and all my cameras working tonight while I'm sleeping. Okay, I got that at Costco, $150 off. So I got that when it was on sale. I've had it for a couple weeks. I wanted to unbox it when I got here, so here we are. This is the solar panels. Wow, look how rugged that is. It's not delicate. Okay, it's all together. I don't know how it's gonna stand up, like lean on a little. All right, this thing's not light. Careful of that. I thought just was an empty part of the box, but no. Wow, look at that. Okay, I'm going to do some reading. I'll be right back. Okay, it's 4:45 and I have 28%. I just plugged it in. The generator is going because obviously I'm charging this, and also there's an app and I'm trying to create an account and get my Wi-Fi and blah blah blah. Okay, we're at 100%. I got the Starlink plugged in, and I'm going to turn off the generator, and we'll see how much juice it takes, how long it takes, how much juice it'll take by tomorrow. And then we'll try the solar panels tomorrow. Here is 18,000 BTU. So this has three settings: 4,000, which is one side, 9,000, which is one side on high, and then 18,000 is both sides on high. It has a fan. You can use it with the green bottles. You can use it with the propane tank. I've had one of these before, and I had one that was not the Pro Series. The Pro Series is way better. It's got a little fan, which, you know, I don't think you really need it all the time. But what it does have that's different is the igniter. The igniter is a lot easier. It doesn't like click, 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 click. You'll see. All right, I already have a mount inside, right where I had the old one. It was 44 degrees last night and a little chilly. And this way I won't have to turn on the generator. So here we go. There is really no setup on this thing. All you might want to do is you pull this off and you put the batteries in there. That's for the fan. You got your instructions. Like I said, I have a propane bottle right there, and I have a mounting bracket, which I'll show you tomorrow. I just wanted to show this part right now because I'm taking it out of the box and I won't have to take it and put it back in the box. A couple things. I'm cleaning all of this, which is required for a fire permit, and a bucket of water. But this rock is too big. It's blocking the view. Hopefully it's not too hot now. Saturday, May 24th. So I got up at 6 a.m. because my alarm went off. I thought I turned it off. Woke up once before in the middle of the night, went to the bathroom. Pretty cold, but you know, I'm dressed. I got a bunch of blankets. I'm pretty comfortable when I'm bundled up. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take all those coals out. We're going to put them in there. We're going to keep it clean so that way the fire is down below. This is the last of the coffee. So one thing that's very smart for someone who has a generator, who has everything, you don't know what time you're going to be waking up in the morning, and you don't know if somebody's parked right next to you. So you get up at 6 a.m., you're ready for coffee, and whoops, you're not going to be that guy that's going to start the generator at 6 a.m., right? So have coffee in a thermos, which I did, but this is the last of it. This is about 2.5 cups, and it's, you can tell it's not fresh, but it's doing the job for a minute. So I'm going to do this, start the fire, and then run the generator and make some fresh coffee. When I first got here a year ago, you know, you're a little ways from the main road, a little ways from Evergreen Lodge is over there. Diamond Oak Campground is right over there. So, you know, if there was a bear or somebody, you know, coming up at me, so I was always looking around. Not so much this time. You know, my hearing is pretty good too. So that's why you always bring wood, even if it's just one box and some paper. This wood that is around here is really pretty dry. It hasn't snowed up here in a while, or even rained. So I didn't have to bring a lot of wood. One box will just help me get it started. There's a lot of light stuff that can be chopped. This can be broken up, you know. Not right now, later. But if it was snowing or in the winter, I'd be loading that truck with wood. So all of this is real light stuff. I could take the axe to that. Use it as kindling. All right. Using my good hiking stick. This is a $20 Walmart special. Comes with the rubber end on it, which falls off pretty quickly. I can clean that up and sharpen it for a hike. I got one for Jim and Brittany and Kevin Frey. And where are they at? Time for some coffee. Oh, I kind of like that. The only thing is, when this is in your pocket, twice in one day, when I was packing, it started up on its own, okay? And then obviously this off button, you just push it once. So I was turning it off when I didn't want to. So somehow I have this and I'm trying to maybe hang it. I don't want to hang it on a lanyard where if I get it caught, I'm going to choke to death or get my face pulled into something. So I'm thinking about something little clip here or something. Okay, let me show you a couple things. So the generator, on-off switch. Right now I'm keeping it right inside the door on the left, okay? Now with the campfire this close to the door, I keep the door closed so the smoke doesn't go in there. When I'm inside, I like to keep it open so I can keep an eye on the fire and I can hear people coming. But about the generator, not only does the remote turn it on and turn it off, I thought that without the remote, I would have to jump in here and turn it off manually. There's a switch. Okay, now you can hear me. So you see there, right there, it says gas, off storage, or propane. I thought that was how you turn it off. Only for storage. Right here you can turn it off. I thought that was just a push start. Push twice for start, push once for stop. So if I wanted to and I couldn't find the remote, or the remote wasn't close by, I could easily just push it with this and turn it off. I could turn it on too. Might find another stick. So always have that in the lock position, the wheels, so it doesn't move around. Let's take a look on the other side. Getting real happy with the setup here. Make sure you watch the last year's video of me. I think I was standing right about here. The satellite dish, the Starlink, is going to be plugged into the Jackery at all times. So it's always working, whether I have the generator on or off, whether I'm plugged into power or not. Last night, I had it 100% when I went to bed, and it worked all night, and it only used 50% of the power. So it took about 2 hours to charge fully when it was at 30%. So far I'm happy with it. I just got to get the power strip plugged in for all the other accessories that I want to have plugged in, like phone charger and the blink. Anyway, this is where I was. Something like this last year. So, see the bucket? I put a reflector tape on it. So at nighttime, somebody's driving around here, blah, blah, blah. They see that, hey, whoa, 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 don't hit the big truck. Did you see the new tires? Looky, looky here. Okay, back to the generator. 6 cans of gas, 5 gallons each. I got 3 propane cylinders, okay? I got 2 more there. They're full. 4, 5, and then 1 inside for the Mr. Buddy. That is a total of 6 propane bottles. So I have 6 propane bottles and 6 cans of gas. Let's see how long we can last here. And then I modified this. I have to putty and paint all this, but so far not one time has that turned off due to the carbon monoxide detector. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed, because that's a big boy. I don't want to be turning that around because the wind's blowing that way. I do have the fan. I could move this stuff around, put a fan here. I could turn it around. I got my cords here. I got an extra cord here, a little extra cord there, so I can slide that out and bring it back. The 30 amp RV cord, which is extra here when I need to plug it into power. This is the Starlink cable, okay? I had problems and issues with this. It got a little crimped. I had it going underneath and then through here. I had it either here or I had it here, okay? It's mounted there. It stays there. But when I had it sitting somewhere, when I didn't have this, I had it sitting somewhere on the tailgate or on the roof, wherever it was. I crimped, when I was traveling basically, I had the cable crimped underneath here. You keep it dry and keep it protected. Well, guess what? It got a little crimped and then it didn't work. So I had to wait a few days, get another one from Amazon. Anyways, so this is wrapped in a hose, garden hose. See that slit right there? See it right there? Can you see? Can you see? So that is protected. Got a little extra, maybe too much, because when I get back inside the truck, I should zip tie that together. But that's a great system. I'm loving it. Okay, this is with the solar panel hooked up. It says output 58, but input 25. So roughly it's bringing back half of what I'm using right now. And all I have plugged in, well, I got this light on. Okay, all I have plugged in is the satellite and blink and this light, watch. Output is 34, 44. And it didn't change much. It's going back and forth, back and forth. But input is 22. Okay, can you see that? Maybe not. Anyway, this is the Jackery app, and it says that with the solar panels there, I got a cord right now. The cord's going inside. I have the Jackery right on the other side of that window. I was thinking of going through that little window, see it's open. But right now I'm not sure exactly where the Jackery is going to go. It's a real nice spot here. You can hear the traffic going by. Some people like to be close to traffic, so if something happens deep in the woods, it's a nice little fire pit area. And my campsite, I did park there one night, real early in the morning. It was very cold, frosty. So straight down there, you see the top of my RV? There's the front of my truck right there. We are accessing the generator. This locks it in place. Unlock the wheels. Pull it out. I have an extra cord there, so it's still plugged in. I have it locked up. The fuel right now is about a quarter of a tank. So we're going to fill it up with gas. So it's full of gas, obviously. And then we're going to start using the propane. Because if I only need to use it 2 or 3 hours a day to charge my Jackery and still have 100% Jackery, it goes down to 50% during the day, during the night, I'm sorry. And then I could charge it on the solar panels in the morning. So 2 to 3 hours max, I need to run this thing. So we're going to use propane because I don't need propane for anything else except for maybe barbecuing and the fridge and the hot water heater. So, and the Mr. Buddy. So, one tank would get me by for 2 or 3 weeks. I got 6 tanks of propane. All right. So when we fill it up, we're going to make sure that we put this. Don't forget this. You don't need it when you're using it all the time, but it's when you're maybe done with the trip and it's going to sit for a while. It'll gum up, the gasoline gums up your interior. This is the easy way, okay? Trying to pour gas in here with the funnel and holding the funnel and holding this. These are good cans with this handle here and a handle there. So yeah, you can easily pour it, but you can't hold the funnel at the same time. So here, this goes in here. Now, this can has like that far in
a white plastic screen. You have to puncture that through in order for this to fit in. Okay, and this obviously goes in here. You push this button. What do you think of that? See that? That's how you do it. Now, a lot of this gas is going to go back in the truck. What I do is I put this next to the truck on a bucket, and it's just the right height, like about this, where I can just siphon it into the truck. Now, there's two reasons I do that. I'm watching the gas gauge. It's 3/4 full. Get some new neighbors over here. So there's two reasons why I bring all this gas. Okay. Now, before this generator, I had just a gas running generator, and I wanted to be up here for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. I didn't want to have to go get gas. That's one reason. The second reason is if I want to fill up my tank, fill up my truck with gas. Okay, the price could be $2 a gallon more. That's the second reason. The third reason is I have the convenience of just filling my truck up before I go. I have a full tank. I can go wherever I want, because who knows? I want to explore. I want to. Okay, so there's a red. You see that? See that red thing right there? They say don't fill past that because there's a gap right there where air can get in when the gas is going out. If you go past that red line there, that's a filter that comes out, then you're not going to get any air and it's not going to run properly. So I just go up to there. It's about a ½ inch from the red line. Plenty of gas. Sometimes it's just going to drip gas. So bring it out slowly. Two things about this switch. Sometimes you accidentally, in storing it, it gets hit and your batteries are going to be dead. Another thing is, this right here is a sensitive part. Don't want to lay it on top of stuff or underneath stuff or where this is going to get pinched. I got it pinched before. I had to duct tape it. There was air getting in there. So these are cheap, but they don't last forever. So be careful. And then it's got gas, so you got to let it dry out and get some airflow right there. Okay. So this is brand new. When I get to 30 hours of runtime, I'm going to want to change the oil, which I have with me. Hey, hi. We're back. I'm back on camera. That's one thing about this monitor here. Also, I got this fuzzy cat's tail microphone because it's windy here. I've only used it a few times, and I haven't heard any of the video sound of me using it yet because it's filming. But there's a little blue line going across it, flickering, and that's telling me that because the microphone is plugged in, it's using the microphone and it's working. So this is the propane. Now, this is some kind of filter, and this is a flow regulator. So it's big, right? I don't know what all this is for. This is kind of a hooker, and this is maybe for the extra hose. I thought it was going to be in the way of the gas can, right? I thought I had to have it this way, which is just going to be freestanding. But what I just realized, I can turn this any way I want, like this. Okay, hopefully you can see all this. Right here, it's on gas. Straight up and down, it says off storage. I'm going to propane. Right here is a propane cover. All of these have covers. I like that. It has USB ports, all that stuff. Okay, so this goes in here. It's a quick connect. That's connected. The gas is propane is turned on. Right now it's going, it was just running on gas and now it's running on propane. So yeah, it takes a minute. It looks like it's done with that. I just can't get enough of this truck build. So I got these two containers, bins on the left, right? One can fit in there. I got two in the back
and I got one on the left. I got the milk crates in the middle, and that one can go in there. I could put two like this, but I stacked it up there so I can get to the milk crates. The milk crates have the gloves and bungees and ropes and the additive for the gas and the oil, all that stuff. So one of these is for hoses, so they're all numbered. They all have different things in them, but I haven't traveled in a long time, so I didn't have a lot of camping gear with me. Now I do. We're getting ready for a hike. First, I'm going to get some wood, so I'm loaded up. Somebody asked the guy, "Hey, so where'd you get that fish?" "In the water." "Hey, so where'd you get all that firewood?" "In the forest." See the cloud coverage? Makes it nice. That is the log that was fully across the road, blocking the road last year. So now people can drive through here. It is a big opening down by the river. I just want to check it out, see if there's places to camp out down there, and then if there's a place to turn around if maybe I want to drive my truck and trailer down there. Fresh sawdust from a chainsaw. If you look to the right here, someone was cutting this fallen tree for firewood. And you see that, I guess it's not quite a log, it's a flat piece. I'm gonna grab that on the way back. That one's too big to carry right now, and that one looks nice. So I need a chainsaw. So all of this stuff, chainsaw would be great to cut those in half. Holy smokies, look at, you see that cub? He's sleeping, he's on the prowl. I'll sneak up on him. Fucking scared the shit out of me. So that's the road I just walked down. Took a shortcut, saw a rattlesnake. Stay on the road. I thought maybe there would be a place to camp down here and turn around. Over there is where the river, you can hear it. That's where I went last time. So here is the end of the trail. That's where those snakes live, in places like that. Jesus. Okay, so yeah, so dead end pretty much. You can bring a truck and turn around. I was just walking up over the top of that, coming this way, trying to take a shortcut, and that's where the snake was. I came down this way, came down this road. Actually, there's a nice little spot to camp right there. And then I went that way. So I came down that road. Behind me, there's the road, but then there's this little turnout here. Nice flat spot. I thought, wow, somebody probably camped there, and there's probably a place for a campfire. Then I went on the other side, and that's when the rattlesnake almost got me. In order to bring a truck down here, or a trailer, truck would probably pass through there. I would have to cut that tree. But I'm looking down, and there's a snake. I don't know what kind of snake he is. I don't know if that's the head on the left. Maybe he just got something. I'm not gonna mess with him. Okay, remember where I thought or was joking about the bear and then that snake, right? Well, look at this. See that little hole?
I thought that might be a snake hole, right? But look at the finger. Look at the footprints. Some kind of little squirrel or something, okay? And then look over here. This was right underneath me when I was videotaping it the first time. That looks like it could be a snake. So I don't see no footprints. See right there? That's slither marks. Oh. Believe it or not, you see that track right there? That is from a little snake. That's just me putting paper on top of these coals from this morning's fire. It was still hot, so I didn't check it. I'm supposed to check and see if it's warm. If it's warm, I gotta put water on it and smother it. So just after I saw my snake, that's gonna be, I just checked out the video. It's good. The first video is just a snake coiled up, and then I zoomed back, and then he started hissing, and his rattler starts going, and I zoomed in again. You're gonna like it. You might have already seen it.
Okay, Jason to the cheese. All right, got the photo. Let's go. Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Long arms. Okay. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, back to the trail.
Okay, so wide angle. Over here is my bumper barbecue station, okay? But as you can see, I'm in bushes. I could have easily barbecued there, but it's next to the forest, and the rules are you need a clearance around a flame or a spark. So over here, I set up the cold stone, I think it's called. Anyway, the grill, right? And we're about ready to cook up some burgers and some eggs after I finish my smoothie and my pistachio nuts. It's a typical 2 meals a day, typical smoothie, which we'll get to in the next few days. I'm going to show you all the ingredients in it and make it. And then a handful of these pistachio nuts and some eggs, red meat hopefully. I got some salmon that I'm going to cook soon in the freezer. So tuna fish, a scoop or two of tuna fish sometimes. Okay, it's time for a little food, alright? I'm blocking the fire, apologize for that. But here we go. We've got one hot fire. I had this thing heating up while I was getting another battery for the GoPro. Well, I call it GoPro, it's not. Okay, usually I set the timer for 7 minutes, but this is extra hot because I had it warm up. I like them well done, but not dry. You notice this is the hot zone, so I flipped these, I switched these. So I like my eggs over easy. And what I do is I put these in the refrigerator and then I just heat them up in the microwave. I saw a shell right here. So that's turn that on low. So that's on high, usually about 7 minutes per side. Then I flip them over, I put it on low, and I put some cheese. I didn't cut enough cheese. Okay. And these, wait till these are mostly cooked, and then flip them over to finalize them and turn everything off. Now this, I'm missing a screw on this lid. Traveling here, the screws came out on one side, so it's a little, I usually close it, let the cheese melt. I set the timer, I put the burgers on, I set the timer, I go inside. Oh, those didn't break. We got people coming by once in a while. That was the ding. So that's what we got. We got mustard, pickle, guacamole, some tuna. So I usually eat a burger and a half. And 3 eggs. Oh yeah. So sometimes I just go with my hands there. So it's in the trailer, gonna have dessert, and I thought, well, hey, maybe I should show you what I have for dessert. And then I had a sneeze attack from my allergies. And then, and then maybe this later. And we throw a little wood on that. Nice and quiet tonight. I think there's somebody parked over there. But 8? Are you serious? It's 8:20. We're not putting that on. Leave it over here. Lighter stuff. Jesus. I thought it was more like 6 or 7. Okay. We got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, so we got peanut butter, organic peanut butter. It's actually almond butter. Okay. Then we got organic dates. We got this stuff. It's very good for you. I usually take half a teaspoon and a squirt of this. A half a teaspoon of this stuff, because this is not cheap. Every few days. Okay. I did have a spoon. So what I do is I take a little bit of this almond butter And I put a date on there. And that's it. Be careful because these have sometimes the seeds in there. So it's kind of sweet. I usually do about 2 or 3 of those, or maybe a couple more. I didn't take, I had some berries. I usually have a little bit of berries for fruit. Frozen organic berries from Costco. Oh. This is about done. So about that much. And a squirt of that. To top it all off, this comes in a brown package. This is the inside. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know if you can read that. I'll tell you about it later. But this is milk chocolate. I usually get the salty dark chocolate because the milk chocolate, I can eat the whole bar. The salty, I might just have one or two pieces. If you want to go on a diet, when you come out to the forest, don't bring what you don't want to eat. I did have a little bit of ice cream left over last night. I do have a half a bag of popcorn that I didn't really feel like right now. I'm exhausted from that hike. It was kind of a ways down, maybe 2 miles, and then up 2 miles. But also the elevation change. Where I was at, Santa Clara, is about 100 feet elevation, almost sea level. Here, it's 4,600. So I am at 4,500 feet elevation more than I'm used to. And, you know, just a little bit to ease. Oh, that's a fire. It's a little dark. I might clean that grill, or I might just close it up. Got to be very careful with any food around here because it's not like at home where, you know, the gardener sprays pesticide or, you know, the bugs are in control, under control. Here, the bugs are in control. If I leave any food in that, that's probably going to be covered with ants. So, I better just do it before I get too comfortable here. One good thing about this spot is the sun. First thing in the morning. Right now it is 8:30 and I could use the solar panels. I don't want to have the generator running all morning because there's somebody still over there. You know, you want to wake up and you want to enjoy the quietness and the nature sounds. I did run the generator for 10 minutes and made 3 cups of coffee. I put 1 in my cup and 2 in the thermos. Here comes somebody.
I got it on this camera. Okay, a van, he was just turning around. So basically what it is I got to make sure that there's no load on the generator when I start it. Okay, we'll try that later. Right now I'm going to put the solar panels out. So I saw I don't know if it was a Ranger. Rangers usually have the white trucks, park rangers. I don't know what that guy was, but anyway, maybe on the camera view, I'll be able to zoom in. So anyway, this was the voice memo app, okay? So I had that ready to go with the camera back in the distance so that if he did say anything to me and I did have a conversation, I didn't have time to grab this and have him on video. At least I would have the audio. So basically that was kind of exciting. I was prepared for the park ranger, whoever he was, to drive by and maybe talk to him. Okay, I couldn't, just let an opportunity like that, get by me. But it's kind of exciting, like that he drove by, didn't even stop and ask me a bunch of questions and check and see if I'm doing anything wrong. It's just like, hey, So it feels good that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing. Last year I was here, I did a lot of this. Looking around for a bear. Now after the snake, I'm doing a lot of this, where I'm walking. So it's a little bit of both. Make noise, and hopefully you don't get spooked. The bears don't want to come over to me, and the snakes don't either. They don't want any part of me. But if we connect, they're going to defend themselves, and so am I. I'm going to show you just a little bit of the starting of the fire and basically a recap on the snake and the bears. Snake and the bears. The bears and the snakes. I'm not worried about a bear and a snake coming up at me right now. I got the generator that scares them off. I'm talking, I do have the camera on when I come out the door in the morning, just in case, and I got the cameras on 24/7. Some people are like, oh, it's dirty. Oh, there's bugs and bears and snakes and yeah. They stay on their side of the campground, and I stay on mine. Get this going, and then we can spread it out. So yeah, nothing wrong with the little outdoors. It is a lot of work. I mean, with all the stuff that I have, it is a lot of work. Cleaning the fire pit, getting the wood, bringing, all of the things that you would need to go camping, minus, the glamping RV and shower and microwave and, generator. But there is a few hours, especially in the first few days. But then there's a lot of hours of just sitting and relaxing and enjoying the campfire, enjoying the birds, a lot of butterflies. Okay, that's going to be so big and tall. I better let that simmer.
Nothing like a little campfire to end the day. And a bag of popcorn. Well, half a bag. You notice I got this little thing for any bugs. Long sleeve shirt. This is this. Looks like the same shirt, same color, but it's a clean one. This is what I usually get right here. Organic, non-GMO, Himalayan salt, cooked in coconut oil. And this is the party size. I love my popcorn, but I don't usually get it all the time. It might be a few days to where I'll get it, maybe a few bags at a time. I'll have them. It makes a mess, but I like it. That might be it for tonight. Early night. In a couple days, I'm going to plan to go to Hetch Hetchy and then come back for a day or two and then go into the valley. And then most likely come back here. I might dump my tanks. There's a place not too far down the road, Highway 120. So if I were to go into the valley, I would either dump my tanks before or after going into the valley before I came back here. Right now I got 2/3 of water. I got about 30 gallons of drinking water in addition to that. So, I mean, I'm plenty taken care of. So we'll see. If I want to come back here for another couple of weeks, then yeah, I will go dump my tanks before I come back. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's kind of far away. I could probably run the generator for a minute. What a beautiful morning. So those spaces over there by the road, they're not getting sun like me. Now see the solar panels behind here? I'm down to 21% on the Jackery, and it's getting close to about 8 o'clock. I already started the generator for coffee for about 10 minutes at 6:30. I didn't realize that guy was right there, but you know, I don't hear him over there. But the solar panels, I'm hoping they're gonna give me a little juice. Sometimes it's not working. I'm jiggling it, I'm like waiting, and it goes on and off. It's a little sticky and tricky. Back to coffee. Do you believe in chemtrails? Check this out. I see planes all the time. I don't remember seeing them going this way. So I'm thinking maybe last night. I mean, look at that. Let's start looking at the planes and see which way they go. I mean, I understand that in some areas, if they want it to rain, they can make it rain, right? I guess, I don't know. A little crazy, I think, huh?
first thing in the morning I see all these trails. Your thoughts would be appreciated. So it went down from 17 to 3%, like bam. I went to go and look on the app because this wasn't lit up, this display, and the app wouldn't show up. So I'm like, shit, it's dead. But it just shows 3%, meaning like you better hurry up and do something about this. So started up the generator. Now you hear that noise though? All night long. On, off, on, off, on, off. I guess it's cooling the jets or batteries. I don't know, but I got to do something about that because I'm not used to that in the middle of the night.
Which direction do we go? Saved this last upcoming section as our reward.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
The 5-star view. That is, as we're
That was easy. Whoa, I almost sat on my eggs. I'm going to get some made up. If you don't know what these are, well, obviously they're rattlesnake eggs, but because I saw a rattlesnake, I am now hunting for rattlesnake eggs, which is legal in the state of California at certain times. So I'm gonna have my own packaging with my YouTube channel name on it, The Rich Rogers Show, and I'm gonna sell them. I'm thinking maybe 10 bucks a piece. So if you're interested, send me a comment and you will be the first, but you need to subscribe. Easter a couple years ago, I had about a 20 pack of these eggs. These are somebody else's eggs, not mine personally. But I split it with John. John got 10 and I got 10 packages like that. So he thought it'd be a fun idea to let Olivia open a package of them. And let's just say it didn't go well. This is being filmed on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm out of storage. There's a lot of things I can delete, but that takes time to go through it, so I'm starting to do that. This is the least favorite part of my YouTube experience, my show, my adventure. I'm getting better and I'm learning a lot about it, and that's why I'm having a campfire. I figure if I'm going to take a break every hour or two, I'm going to have a campfire, and the sun's peeking through here and there. And I got 24/7 Wi-Fi. I just got to check. I'm at 50%, maybe 60% on the Jackery. So I need to monitor that. If that gets below 50 or maybe 45, I'm going to crank on that generator. Well, thanks for coming with me. Nothing but goodness in there. Good morning. How you doing? Time for some coffee. I got a guy right over there. I'm gonna try to make it the other kind of way, you know, with the press and the boiling water. It's 10 to 7, and somehow in an hour and a half, my Jackery went from 50% down to 1%. Can't start my generator just yet. Well, I could, but I got neighbors. So I'm gonna wait till 8 o'clock. The sun usually pops in around about now, but I'm not having luck with this solar panel. Thank you so much for watching, and now some clips of our next episode and possibly some bloopers. And you know, if you're coming with me, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you. God bless. Hey everybody. So I guess you get a sneak peek on my build, my design. I call it the back bumper barbecue station. Huh? I'm about ready to grab my stick and go for a hike. The hell's that? Oh shit.